What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the best team in FIFA. I can't believe, I think this is only episode 10 this year. In FIFA 15, this was like my go-to series. I did this pretty much every day, every other day or so. And I love doing it. And I always get away from the things that I love doing because other things that I love doing come in. And that's my bad. But we're here today again with the best team in FIFA. What is the best team in FIFA, you ask? Well, as I say, back in FIFA 15, I started a series where I was looking for the best team in FIFA as guided by you. So what I do is I take teams that you guys enjoy, play with them, and then give you my honest opinion on whether or not I think that team is a viable team. And now because we have FUT Champs, I basically let you guys know whether or not I think that team is good enough to be taken into FUT Champs and used in FUT Champs. What qualifies me to be that kind of person? Well, I actually do alright in FUT Champs. I have a Road to Glory account. My second channel link is down below. And within that, I get usually around 30 to 33 wins every week with the Road to Glory account. So I've got some kind of knowledge of the game and some kind of ability in the game to be able to tell if a team's going to play good or if it's going to play bad. So today's episode, guys, is sent in by the Human Wookie. What I went and done is because a lot of people send me the best team in FIFA on Twitter and in comments, and they just get lost. It gets lost in comments because of all the stupid spam bots in YouTube, which is just ridiculous by itself, but hey, what can you do? And it gets lost in Twitter because it's just an ever-evolving timeline, right? Like, if you sent me something 3 hours ago and I wasn't on Twitter, by the time I actually come on Twitter, I've probably missed it. So what I went and done, guys, is I went up and set a subreddit up. So the subreddit is reddit.com/r/TBITF, aka the best team in FIFA. So you can go and submit your team there. You can give me the team, the formation, the value, the chem styles, the player instructions, the custom tactics, any in-game changes that you make to the team, any subs that you like to bring on and what time you like to bring them on, where you finish, divisions, if you can or can't qualify, so I can tell you where you're going wrong with your team. Anything you want to tell me about the team that you enjoy playing with or that you want to enjoy playing with, you can actually put it in a text post. And then anytime I want to go and get a team for a video, I can go and check all the common text posts, see the most thumbed up one, the most voted up ones, the ones with the most comments, the most discussion, and pick those teams to do squad builders around. I think that would be far, far more interesting than just picking a random one because I might like the look of it or so on and so forth. So that's where we're at with the best team in FIFA, guys. Of course, if you are here, if you are on the video, if you are watching, dropping a thumbs up would mean a lot to me, guys. I appreciate all the support you guys continue to give for my channel throughout the last 5 years. And right now, YouTube backend seems to be a little bit broken, or my videos aren't hitting algorithm, which means my views are on a downturn. And it happens once or twice every single year until I can figure out how to hit the algorithms again. But in the meantime, dropping a thumbs up genuinely helps the channel. This isn't one of those ones where it's like, hey, leave a like because I like likes. This is one of those ones where if you actually want to support me, if you actually like my content and my craft, dropping a thumbs up would be massive for the channel right now. I've got two ways to do the best team in FIFA, and I don't know which way is the best way. There is a building the team, which is what we're going to do right now, showing you the players, the chem styles, because the team that I've got right now, actually the chem styles weren't picked, so I'm going to pick them myself. And then playing a live game in Division 1 and just showing how it plays in Division 1 and showing the full ins and outs of the team. Or playing 4 or 5 games in Division 1 and giving you guys the highlights and post-commenting it, talking about what I liked and what I didn't like. I want you guys to let me know what you think would be best. For today's episode, we're going to do a live game. We're just going to go into D1 or FUT Champs qualifying, whichever one I see as best with the team. We're going to play the game and we're going to see whether or not this team plays well. It looks like a good team. We'll get into it in a second, but I want to know what the majority of you want. Do you prefer a live game because in highlights you literally just see the goals scored and the goals conceded. You don't really get a feel of how the team plays and who's good and who's bad. But in live games, I could literally play a whole game and be like, look, player A or whoever we've got as this centre midfielder was just a monster, even though they didn't score a goal or get an assist. But the left forward was just lost the whole game, and even though he scored 1 goal, I just didn't like him, So there's a fine balance between finding what's right for the view. So just let me know what you prefer in the comment section below. Now, without further ado, this video is already 5 minutes long, so it's about time we get into here. And I'm going to build the team first of all. We're going to try and rush through this a little bit. We're going to start with Gianluigi Buffon, dudes. He is the first player in the team. It is the SBC version. If you don't have the SBC version, that's not a problem. You can just use a regular version. That's no big deal. And the defense then also goes for Barzagli, but it is the Movember version. I actually used this card before, and I really, really like it. I used it on my road to glory. And at left back, dudes, we have indeed got Alex Sandro. So a nice little Juventus building down at the left-hand side there. This is the start of the defence. Very, very nice indeed. Everyone obviously gets the perfect chemistry here. I know AA9 Skills thinks Alex Sandro is the best left-back in the game. So I'm sure he's going to be fantastic. Not a player that I've used that much this year because I'm not the hugest fan of the Calcio A. I prefer La Liga, Bundesliga and BPL this year. There was a year, I think back in FIFA 14, Calcio A was my go-to league. But this year, not so much. The other centre-back that we've got, guys, is going to be Sergio Ramos. Big card. Obviously, fantastic pace. I know Gorilla was talking to me about Sergio Ramos. And one of the reasons why he likes him so much is because his dribbling is so high, he has high agility, which allows him to turn and sprint quicker than most other centre-backs. I didn't really consider that as a thing for centre-backs before until Gorilla mentioned that to me. So now I'm intrigued to try and get a feel for whether or not that's true or not. And then the right back, guys, is going to be, of course, again for chemistry reasons, is going to be Carvajal. The person that built this squad has got the 83 version. I'm going to use the 84 version because I have it in the club, but also because the pace is the same, the dribbling is the same, the shooting is the same. He's got 2 more passing, 1 more defending, 1 more physical, and he's actually only got like 11 more in-game stats. It's basically the exact same card. So this is the defence here, guys. Really, really good, fast defence. 87 pace, 74 for a centre-back, 78 for a centre-back, super quick. 82 for Carvajal. Obviously, I've got Shadow, and Anchor. You can put a Shadow on Carvajal if you prefer. I've always used him with an Anchor this year when I was using the 83, and it's not bothered me, so I'm going to keep that there. And for me, I always go with glove on goalkeepers, and the reason why I go with glove is because there are 2 stats that are relevant on goalkeepers, in my opinion: kicking and speed. Speed, some people do find relevant with how quickly they come off their line to get the ball, but I personally don't find that it's a stat that's important. So that means, for me personally, there's 4 stats that are important on a goalkeeper's card: diving, reflexes, handling, and positioning. And glove is the only chemistry style that boosts 3 of those 4 stats, which is why I prefer to use it. Into the midfield, guys, we have got first up Arturo Vidal. Fantastic. Again, another card that I haven't actually used much this year. A lot of people don't like him. I've seen a lot of the pros say that they don't like him. Which is crazy because one of our other centre midfielder there is going to be Renato Sanchez, and Vidal has better stats and is very similar in nearly every aspect to Renato Sanchez. When you compare them, Sanchez has 5 more pace, but Vidal has more shooting, more passing, better defending, the same physicals, and the same dribbling. And when you look at work rates, it's high 5'11", and for Sanchez high 5'9". Sanchez is 4-star, 3-star right foot. Vidal is 4-star, 3-star right foot. So it's weird to me that a lot of people love Renato Sanchez and don't like Vidal, when Vidal is basically like just an upgraded version of Sanchez, and that, like, other than that, for me, they're near identical players. But those are the first 2 midfielders, guys, and then the third midfielder is going to be Casemiro. Now, for me personally, I've used the better version of Casemiro, and I loved him. I haven't used this version yet. He looks great. He's a little slow, but that's not the end of the world. For me personally, I don't like defensive-minded midfields. I've tried defensive-minded midfields quite a lot, and I always find that I still concede as many as when I have attacking creative midfields in my 4-3-2-1 setup. So it's going to be interesting for me to see who out of this midfield ends up stepping up and scoring goals and playing well. But also it's going to be interesting for me to see how well this midfield hangs on to games, because again, for me personally, and this might be why I don't get top 100 or don't get Elite 1, and why I only get Elite 2 and Elite 3 as my average kind of finishes in FUT Champs, is because I love big, powerful, strong midfielders. And Vidal at 5'11" is okay, but not great. Renato Sanchez at 5'9", especially as a central centre midfielder, which is how this team is set up, I definitely don't like. I like my midfielder to be nice and tall to be able to win headers. and the right centre mid, Casemiro at 6 foot, is decent. But that lack of pace could be damaging for him. And typically speaking, for me personally in the 4-3-2-1, the two outside midfielders are the guys that get forwards and score the goals. So I'm happy to have Vidal out there, but I'm not sure how well Casemiro is going to fare. In at the left forward spot, guys, we have got Franck Ribéry. Of course, the Bayern boys in this team do make me a little bit upset because I am an Arsenal fan. But Franck Ribéry, of course, has the 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, nice card stats, underused this year, and especially if you apply a Hunter to him, he's real good. People really underestimate, again, in my opinion, the dribbling stat and how important it is. And then at striker, guys, we've got a guy who pretty much sold me on this team, and that's the Thomas Müller SBC card. So Thomas Müller SBC goes up front. I've got a hawk on him. The card looks ridiculous. His shooting's great. He's 6'1", high, and that's going to be very, very important, and we'll show you why in the actual game. And then at right forward, guys, it is inform or ones to watch Dembele, who is the only player that doesn't get full chem on the team. He only gets 7 chem. He would get 8 chem if you had loyalty on him. I don't have the loyalty on him. The same with Barzagli. He would normally get 10 chem if you had loyalty. I don't personally have that. So this is the team. There was no player instructions or custom tactics set for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what the traditional player instructions and custom tactics are, which is the fullbacks to stay back while attacking, the midfielders to stay back while attacking, and the wingers and the attacker to stay central and get in behind. That's typically what everyone does. And with custom tactics, I'm going to have everything as default and just turn the offside trap to cover. If you guys have got set custom tactics that you prefer, go nuts to use them. And then on the bench, because I don't have a bench here either, so if you do go to the subreddit and submit best team in FIFA, make sure you include everything you can so that I've got the full amount of information for myself. What we'll do is we'll just throw in some standard Bundesliga players that people would use. That we can use as substitutes that are relatively cheap and are kind of in fitting with the budget of the team. There's not really, I won't make any subs this game, but I know for like team rating and stuff like that, we'll just throw in some players that could be useful to us. So there you go, we've got a full bench. Now everyone has full fitness, there's no in-game changes. This squad goes for, on Xbox One, 473,800 coins. I believe that's without the SBCs. So if you don't have Müller, you can just go and buy his regular card, which is I think about 10,000 coins. And if you don't have Buffon, you can go buy his regular card, which I think is about 13 to 15,000 coins. I could be wrong on those prices, but that's what I think. So it's still, anyway, it's about a 500,000 coin squad. And on PlayStation, for some reason, this team is 700,000 coins on PlayStation, which is mental. But anyway, guys, this is the team. Let's get into the game. Okay guys, so our opponent for today is the Money Magnet. He has got a 180 4-3-2-1 team. Quite a nice team there actually. Biani, Niang and Coman up front, very nice. I'm going to pronounce his name wrong. Gilivigoi. I can't get his name. Strootman and Renato Sanchez. Obviously the team not quite up to standard of ours. I'm gonna, as I say, I wasn't sure. This guy's called the D. Brilliant. I wonder if he's gonna. No jokes. Yeah, I'm unsure if I was unsure for this one to go into Division 1 or not, and the reason why is because there's some players here that I've never played with, and that's you know, it's just weird. Sometimes I get not scared per se. That's nice from Ramos. That's not very nice from Ramos. I don't get scared to play Division 1 because I've won Division 1 multiple times. In fact, I did the best team in FIFA and we're 1-0 down, just like that. I did an episode of the best team in FIFA with a 10k team and I won Division 1 with it. But when I play live, like I'm doing now, rather than when I play post-com, the style of the game is different because when I'm post-comming it, I can give it different attention and different focus. And let that be a factor in when I ask you guys what would you prefer to see, live or post-com, because if it's live stuff, it's more likely going to be in the Foot Champs Daily Knockouts. If, however, it is post-com stuff, it is more likely to be in Division 1. That being said, Foot Champs doesn't exactly mean bad opponents. You know, a lot of good people play in Foot Champs, and this dude that I'm playing against now, after 8 minutes, he's already 1-0 up. He's created another good opportunity here where he's got a corner, and is that going to be? That's going to go straight back to him as well. That's nice from Alexandro there into Renato Sanchez. And yeah, you know, this dude, just because he's got a low-end team, he might have been a PlayStation user and he's just finally moved over to Xbox, although we are through with Frank Ribéry. We've got some space. Can we get the angled shot off? We can, but it wasn't good enough. That's that low shooting of Ribéry costing us there. I don't actually know what his finishing is, because card stats are not always the whole story, right? And we can say that as well about the difference between Renato Sanchez and Arturo Vidal. As I said before, like, Vidal looks like he's just a better version of Sanchez. You know, he's got better stats in almost every area. But when you look at the in-games, it's very possible that they are not even close to being the same player. And that could be true for many things. There are a lot of things in card stats that you should look for that are important versus a lot of things that aren't important. And in shooting, which I think Ribéry has 76 shooting, does he have? I believe he has 76 shooting. If his shooting is 76 because his penalties and his volleys are super low, then 76 shooting is actually very good. Like, if he's got like 90 finishing and, you know, 85 shot power or something like that, I don't actually know what he's got, but let's assume he had that, and that's what brought his, you know, his shooting up. But then he had like 45 for penalties, and that's what brought his shooting down. I would say Frank Ribéry is should be a goal. That should definitely be a goal. There we go. I'd say Frank Ribéry is definitely an incredible finisher. But if his 76 shooting is 76 because he's got like 72 finishing, 85 shot power, you know, but like 90 volleys and then like 50 attacking positioning, in that instance, I'd say Ribéry shooting is horrendous. So in-game stats are very, very valuable to what you're looking at and how you're building a team. That's not a foul, ref. Nice. Yeah, we got a goal back there from Frank Ribéry, and as I said, you know what's funny? I was mentioning before in the build-up to the video, I was talking about how the left forward might have scored but might have been useless. But Ribéry's here again. That is fantastic. The curve on that ball, that was beautiful. It was in the right place at the right time. His dribbling there got me that goal, because I used the left trigger, right trigger dribble to cut back on myself while still facing up to the goal, hit that finesse shot past the goalkeeper, and in the space of 3 minutes, Frank Ribéry has turned this game on its head. Interestingly, so far, Thomas Muller, who's on the ball right now, has done nothing. But can he do something now? No, he can't. I thought I'd give him a shot. Take a shot and give him a shot at the same time. But oh wow, I've opened the space up here. That's my bad for defending. That's Barzak. Oh crap, that's really my bad. I brought the keeper out. Buffon with a big save. A lot of people hated the SBC Buffon. I've used it. This is only the game 2 that I've used him on this account, but I've used him on my Road to Glory account for like 20 games or so. And I found him to be brilliant. I don't know why people didn't like him. You know, let me know in the comment section below, dudes, if you enjoy him or don't enjoy him. I've got that pass. There we go. Sergio Ramos doing some good work. Renato Sanchez has been pretty good in... Let's ball roll inside. No, maybe not. Yeah, in the midfield. I haven't really noticed Vidal. I haven't really noticed Thomas Muller. Sanchez has been alright. Long shot. Nah, he's no Kante, is he? Sanchez has won a couple of the headers in the midfield as well, which I'm surprised. Oh, I don't mind him sending it right. Although my tallest midfielder there was unable to win the header, and now he's got a counter attack. And this right here, guys, let me tell you something. Go and click back to where this guy had the goal kick, right? Because the reason why that guy created a chance there was because he won the header in the midfield. Something that I value massively, and one of the reasons why I like Luis Suarez, because he's 6 foot. And one of the reasons why I love Zlatan Ibrahimovic, because he's 6'5", is because when you have your own goal kick, if you can win that initial header, you have a counter-attack. And what this midfield I have causes problems for is that they're so short, other than Casemiro at 6 foot. That's really nice play from this guy here. That's unlucky, that was Strootman there. Other than, see, right now Muller at 6'1" should be able to win this header, although it's against Manolas, so maybe not. There you go, he did win it. And now look, I've got a counter-attack. I'm in this guy's attacking third. All of a sudden, we're now in behind him again. And all of this stems from me winning a header in the midfield. Because I've got Vidal at 5'11", who's not the tallest, and Renato Sanchez at 5'9", who definitely is one of the reasons why you don't see me use players like Renato Sanchez and like N'Golo Kante specifically right in the centre, is for that exact reason. They don't win the headers against the strikers that they should do. And one of the problems you'll have, that's a great tackle, one of the problems you'll have is if your centre back steps up, like where you know how when I just took my goal kick there and Muller was being challenged by Manolas rather than by the centre midfielder. If your centre back steps up and misses the header, if the attacker wins the header, that was really nice. Oh, hello. Then your centre back is then caught out of place, and what you've got there is you've got huge problems because you've got a centre back that is way up the field. You've already won, you know, you've lost the header and he's in behind. Ribéry's in here. This could be hat-trick hero for Frank Ribéry. I'm going to put this on his left foot, that 4-star. Oh, he was pulling my shirt there, which gave him a little bit of an edge. That was nice defending. This guy isn't a bad player either. This team is nice. There's a few issues with it. I will say that. I'm not liking the fact that it's small and weak. You know, our biggest players, I think, are kind of strong players. Casemiro, who we can already see by the half-time section there that is running out of stamina, and that would largely be due to the fact that he has low pace. So, you know, he'll burn his stamina quicker because I have to sprint for longer with him to achieve what I want to achieve. I've not been impressed with Thomas Muller. He hasn't really done anything for me to now, although this could be... No, I've not been impressed with Dembele. I've enjoyed Ribéry, even though I don't think Renato Sanchez is the best for the central centre midfield role because of his height. He's done a good job. He has done a good job. Alexandro's done all right. I've noticed as well. I've noticed. Oh, go on, Muller. He's away here. Oh, that was Tekker's. Thomas Muller. Can he get the shot away? That's a great tackle. I've noticed a lot Sergio Ramos. Sergio Ramos has put in some good tackles. There's Dembele finally. And Renato Sanchez has been all over the field. He's done really good work. That's a great ball. And that's Vidal. And that, like, it's so funny because I was saying how, like, players might score a goal, but they've still been useless. Vidal really hasn't done much this game except pop up one time to score a goal. You know, I haven't really know. I'll look at the match stats afterwards, the match facts, like how many tackles, how many dribbles and stuff everyone had, because that gives you a truer indication of who was heavily involved and who was like useful to you or useless to you. Again, Carvajal doing work there. Sergio Ramos cleaning up. Casemiro picking up the loose ball. We've got Dembele down the right hand side. Can't get him the ball. Carvajal's still on it though. Now we've got Dembele down there again. Let's try and cut this one on the inside. Fake shots on the inside. Gets it into Casemiro. Not quick enough. He couldn't get hold of the ball because he's just not quick enough. But yeah, this team, it feels alright. There's like, I feel like it's missing just a powerhouse. Like I would probably, personally, go put Muller in at centre midfield instead of probably Renato Sanchez, to be fair. And either use Sanchez as a sub, or if you don't like, you know, if you like Sanchez, get rid of Vidal. I'd probably prefer to put someone like Aubameyang up front just for that pace, or alternatively, because Aubameyang also has height, right? Like, which I find to be just massively important. He has what is he, 6'1"? So yeah, I might want to go for someone like Aubameyang at the striker slot. And I think Ribéry and Dembele are decent. Dembele hasn't really got into the game, but I've used him a lot before, and I've enjoyed him before, so I know he is a good card. But yeah, this midfield is just a little bit meh. You know, it's not. And again, it might just be due to my personal preference because I prefer attacking, creative centre midfielders rather than defensive-minded, aggressive midfielders, which is what we've got here. That's Ribéry. That's Penrith. Don't worry about it. We'll just leave him injured on the floor game. No worries. No need to give a penalty for such a blatant foul. Barzagli doing work there. That's the first time I've noticed Barzagli do anything even remotely useful. It looks like this guy's getting a little bit out of his shell right now as well. Like he's a few fouls, few like lunging slide tackles. It seems like he's lost the plot, and which is a shame because he actually had a really good game. First half, it was a very even game. I felt like I was in a little bit of control, but not really dominating. This second half, though, the third goal has just kind of killed it. That's nice strength from Renato Sanchez there. We've got Muller in. We've got Dembele in. Is he going to get there? He is. He's going to cut that back, and that's going to be a hat-trick for Frank Ribéry. And that's beautiful. 4-1, and managed to get in behind. I could have probably taken the shot with Dembele, but in FIFA, you've got to guarantee the goals, man. I could have taken a low driven here, keeper rushed out, so he might well have saved it, to be fair. And I think that's going to be the end of the game. He's probably going to rage quit here at 4-1 down, or he's going to make some subs. And again, you can see there, the stamina on Casemiro was super low. So Casemiro, I would be wary of that, you know, especially if you are playing Foot Champs or Division 1. He's making subs, very nice indeed. Especially if you are playing Foot Champs or Division 1, you don't want to have to waste a sub on a guy because he's got low stamina. You want to sub off the people that you need to sub off to benefit you with them coming on, not because the player that you're taking off is a liability. Does that make sense? Like, you know, if you're playing Foot Champs right now and you're like, oh, I've got to take Modric or James Rodriguez, or I've got to take Kante because I know at some stage in the game I'm going to be forced to sub off Casemiro. That's not good. You know, you want to make the subs because you want to make the decisions, not because the game is forcing you to make the decisions. There's no player in this game. Oh, that's nice from Dembele. That's really nice. Oh, that was beautiful. That acceleration was just crazy. Yeah, you've got to be the one in control. You can't be forced to make the changes. So because of that alone, I would be very tempted to take out Casemiro and put in Luka Modric. And one of the reasons why I'd say put in Luka Modric is because not only does he have better stamina, I would assume, I'm probably going to get told that I'm wrong with that, but I feel like Modric lasts longer. I definitely wouldn't take James Rodriguez for that same reason. James Rodriguez's stamina is horrendous, right? So yeah, I would take Modric because, in my opinion, I feel like he's got better stamina. I might be wrong on that, but it works a little bit better for me. But also, he becomes one player in your team that will have 4-star skill moves in the midfield, which would be great. He's far more creative. Although he's shorter, because I think is Modric 5'9" or 5'10" as well, isn't he? So although he's shorter than Casemiro, I think he just offers a little bit more to the team as a whole. Like, I think he makes the team a little bit more well balanced. I tell you, that Barzagli is a nice card, man. I really do like him. And the reason why I think he was important there for that shoulder barge is because that extra physical that he got from the Movember upgrade, the +5 physical, is massive, not only for strength, but also his aggression and, again, his stamina levels. Stamina levels in this game are quite often overlooked. And for me, it's something, again, that I really, really value. And I'm not saying what I value is what should be valued, because it's just my opinion. And there's a lot of there's a lot of things you can do within FIFA to gain an edge. And obviously, I don't gain enough edge because I'm unable to get into the top 100. Whereas a lot of other YouTubers and pro players obviously are able to get into the top 100. So my edge isn't quite big enough. Oh, hello, and there's Muller. Muller can't finish it, it's something that, with my experience, has been quite important to me. So here's Muller again. Can we actually get a goal with Muller? That should be a goal from there. That's lovely. So 6-1, guys, is going to be the full-time score there. I guess that guy wish he did quit at 4-1. There you go, quits at 6-1. So that finish was really nice from Muller. It's just sad that was the only opportunity he got the whole games. He had literally 2 chances, both in the 90th minute. Couldn't really do much outside of those 2 chances. I think Muller would be much better suited as a cam or a centre mid. I would actually be tempted to put Muller in at centre mid next to Renato Sanchez and play Aubameyang up front and just play Ramos and Carvajal. Well, Carvajal would be on chem, but play Ramos off chem. That's what I would be interested to do with this team. Ribéry with 3 goals, Muller, Dembele and Vidal with a goal. Muller did get 2 assists, Ribéry with an assist, Dembele and Sanchez with an assist as well. So Ribéry with 3 goals and 1 assist, Muller with 3 goal contributions, Dembele with 2 goal contributions. Shots, Muller had 3 shots the whole game. See what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's good or bad, but I don't feel like he got involved. Dembele as well, I don't feel like got involved. Passes, wow. Remember what I said to you guys, that Vidal, even though he scored that goal, I didn't feel like he was in the game. He did not touch the ball. He made only 9 passes. That's mental. Casemiro and Renato Sanchez absolutely controlled this game. Carvajal, Ramos and Barzagli all completed and attempted as many or more passes than Vidal. Alex Sandro was just short. Dembele 21 out of 21. Muller with a really bad pass rate. So again, goes more to saying get rid of Muller as a striker. I would probably swap out Muller for Vidal and put Aubameyang up front. And then if you put Aubameyang up front, Dembele would also get 10 chem, which would be great for the team. Vidal literally did nothing. 1 dribble as well. It's not like, wow. Vidal genuinely did not get involved in this game. That's absolutely mental. Again, Casemiro, Dembele, Renato Sanchez. Casemiro got heavily involved in this game. Crosses and none, tackles 1. 0 tackles for Vidal as well. Barzagli coming up trumps, but Sergio Ramos and Carvajal getting 100% success rate. Casemiro only 1 tackle made out of 5. That's pretty bad. 3 saves for Buffon. And then again, when you look at fitness, Casemiro and Frank Ribery, problems. Renato Sanchez and Carvajal, I think Renato Sanchez more so because he's high. So he runs a lot more than Casemiro does. But yeah, of this team in general, guys, I think the changes I would make is I'd swap Muller for Vidal. I'd put Aubameyang up front, and I would probably swap Casemiro for Modric. Other than that, this team was nice. It was clean. It was fun to play with. Ribery was good. You might want to take some creative players on the bench to sub out your attackers late on in the game. But in general, guys, that was a nice squad, a fun game to play in. We scored some good goals. And I'm absolutely shocked that Vidal did absolutely nothing in the game. And even though he scored, he did manage to get a goal. So that might be one of those situations where when the pros say they don't like Vidal, maybe it's just because he doesn't get involved in the game. Crazy, isn't it? But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.